Old guy here. We're going to do an Astro Nano Socket update. This is the wrench. You could buy it for the Nano Sockets. The 3/8 ones fit in this, and the 1/2 inch fit in here. Well, one of my viewers recently told me that this wrench isn't available anymore. So I thought that was not a great idea, but that's up to Astro. I even wrote them and asked them about it, and they've replaced this with a ratchet, with a flex head like this. The ratchet's about this long. Okay, I guess they're coming out with a shorter one too. Well, this wrench to me did two things. It worked either the 3/8 sockets or the 1/2 inch. To me, I'm never going to need, well, not for me. Okay. They told me they're selling the ratchet like hotcakes, and that's great. But for guys that already have tools, and I've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 ratchets, and I've replaced a lot of them with my Hazit. If you watch my Hazit video, you'd understand. And I just like one tool. Anyway, so they don't have an extendable ratchet, but they have 2 different ratchets you can buy. Actually, right now you can only buy one. I just feel like this is a tool I don't need. I'm not going to put a lot of force on this socket because even though they show a ratchet, they don't tell you how much torque this ratchet can take. Now, there's no way to rebuild this that I can see, so it's not going to take a lot of torque. I'm just, going to use it as a ratchet with a nano socket. Well, we're going to explain this more at the bench. So what I did was I went out and tried to find a replacement for this. Now, I didn't find the exact replacement because I couldn't find a double end wrench that uses a 17 millimeter and a 22 millimeter at the other end. I had to find something different. So we're going to discuss that when we go up to the bench. Okay, so now we're up close and personal. This is the Astro wrench. Now, I only have the 3/8 because I have too many other 1/2 inch sockets to buy them. So I'm basically just using the 17 millimeter on this demonstration. But if you happen to have a 22 millimeter head, or ratcheting wrench, you could use one. So anyway, the original one here, which I no longer make, has this little retaining ring in here. Okay? And that was nice because you put it in there and the socket, held. All right? Now, their new ratchet, I'm assuming, will have the same ring in there. But does this limit you? Because does this ring, can you use it with 17 millimeter headed bolts? I don't know. I didn't try it. But my solution to this is, if this is a gear wrench, I've had it a while. I basically just got it for the 17 millimeter. I've got this old Craftsman, and it's, 17 millimeter flex head. One thing I used to like about this one is you can set the angle. So it's kind of nice. You just set the angle. I don't even know if they make this anymore. I've had it a while, obviously, because it says USA. So I started looking for something I could use to retain the sockets in here, because right now they drop out. Okay? There's nothing to retain it like this ring. First thing I got was, this is from O'Reilly. It's an ultra steel 1/4 inch 3/8 low profile socket adapter. Looks like this, 1/4 inch 3/8. Now, when I first used it, you want to get, the reason I got this is it has a detent. It has this ball in here that fits into the hole in here. So you put it in the wrench. You make sure that the ball goes against where it's held, and it retains it. Actually retains it better than it does in the Astro socket. The only thing I don't like about it was this looseness. So after I thought about it a while, I went and got a 9/16 washer. Now, as you can see here, we've got this little portion here that is above the adapter. So I took a washer, made this hole a little bit tapered, and you stick it on here, and you put it, again, you want to make sure you put it where the hole is, and bingo. Now it retains a little better. Yeah, it's a little crooked in there because it's not a real good, but it does the job. It's just a 9/16 washer, and it holds real tight. Real tight. It does the same thing on this flexible head Craftsman. Again, it holds real nice. $6. So if you've got ratchet wrenches like this, all you need to do is spend $5. And even if you bought a wrench like this or a wrench like this, it's going to cost you less than a couple of new ratchets from Astro Tools. Now, the one thing you don't get anymore is if you're using a bolt that sticks through the hole and you're ratcheting it. Unfortunately, that goes away, but I don't know about anybody else, but if I have a bolt going through here, I probably don't need a nano socket, and I'm just going to use a regular gear wrench. Now, the other option I got was, this is from JTC Auto Tools. Now, this one you have to buy two low profile adapter set. One's 1/4 inch to 3/8. The other's 1/2 inch to 3/4. No, 3/8 to half. Sorry about that. But it works the same way. So you take the one for the 3/8, obviously, because that's the sockets I have. And again, it has the ball in it, so it holds it a little better. Now, it's a little loose, and I thought about putting a washer underneath there, but the looseness in this one is a lot less than the looseness with the O'Reilly. I'll put in the comments how much this costs, because right offhand, I don't remember. So again, it holds it really well. And it also works in this old Craftsman with the pivot head. Same way, just a hair bit loose, but I don't think that'll be a problem. So this is my go-to solving not being able to buy this wrench anymore, and to keep from buying two different length ratchets just because they have a flex head on them. These are my thoughts. This is what I did. You don't have to.